Signing in his sports program which comes up every Wednesdays to keep you all informed with the valuable debate topics around the world of sport. My name is Bira Brian and I will be your host on today's edition of the program where we are going to focus on football. In football, we have a couple of happenings. Most notably, we have the recent decision from the Cameroon Football Federation to relieve Jean-Baptiste Bisek as head coach of the Indomitable Lionesses. Plus, the Indomitable Lionesses will once again stay at home during the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations, and in addition will not qualify for the 2027 World Cup. They lost to Algeria yesterday, and those are the consequences. We have these picks plus the CAF Champions League, where Cologne Sportive of Jailobo missed the qualification ticket to qualify for the group stage of the competition. Remain with me as together with guests, we are going to analyze what exactly is happening with Cameroon, be it in inter-club competition or at a continental level in terms of women's football. Joining me to ensure that today's edition of the program is successful, I have on the technical dashboard Yurish Kim. On the cameras, it is Brian Bida. Production assistance is done for us by Evans William Jobati. Editorial coaching is ensured by Abel Belasa. My coordination is coming in straight from the station's manager Roger Kiek. And for general supervision, as always, the Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noel. Stay tuned.
Only you deserve my worship. Only you deserve my worship. Only you, Jesus. Only you, Jesus. Only you deserve my worship. Only you deserve my worship. Hey.
Only you, Jesus.
Only you,
Jesus.
only you
deserve
hey.
thy worship.
Only you deserve.
Only you deserve my worship. Only you
Sports Hour is a sports program in English.
I think it is a fair group, given that Cameroon has played with Côte d'Ivoire 5 times and have won 3, Côte d'Ivoire winning 2. I think the historicity between these two countries is what many Cameroons are going to be seeing.
It's going to be a regional derby. It's always going to be a hotly contested game. We all know the tussle for supremacy in this sub-region. Gabon, just like Equatorial Guinea, Central Africa, Congo, they want to always prove that they have come of age, they have made progress, and they can show that they are better than Cameroon.
Le continent contre la Côte d'Ivoire, the Elephants against the indomitable Lions. Everyone is looking forward to that exciting fixture. The group has been drawn, and to me, it's very fair. So it's going to be a battle between Coach Marc Brice of Cameroon, Coach MS Faye of Ivory Coast, Coach Chiquino Conde of Mozambique, and then Coach Thierry Uyuma of Gabon.
Sports Hour is here to start on Well FM 88.4 stereo.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are once more tuned to Reality.4 FM and you're listening to Sports Hour, which comes up every Wednesday, like I earlier said, to bring on valuable debate topics to keep you updated around the world of sports. Coming up today, we are going to be looking at women's football as well as men's football, notably club football. Colombe Sportif of Jailobo missed out on a ticket to reach the group stage of the CAF Champions League after losing to their counterpart from Algeria, MC Algiers, away on aggregate. They lost by they separated on a draw. That is a 1-1 draw on aggregate, but due to the away goal rule, the Algerian side eventually qualified for the next stage of the competition. We're going to feature women's football, where Cameroon once more will be at home, while the 2026 edition of the Women's African Cup of Nations will be played in the month of March next month. They failed to qualify after losing in the last qualifying or in the final qualifying round against Algeria. So these picks, of course, will make up the package of today's edition of the program Sports. I have with me in the studio to discuss this Evans William Jobati. Hello, Evans. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Biwa Brian. Good afternoon to all listeners of Royal FM.
And aside from Evans William Jobati, soon enough we are going to be welcoming some other analysts who are still struggling to make their way into the studio. But before that, Evans, I guess we just have to hold up until they'll be here. But Evans,
the time is 3 p.m. There are two reasons to love even more Orange Money.
Number one, transfer charges are 0%, and number two, withdrawal charges are just 1% via Max Eat. Orange Money.
and so we have you back, Evans. I believe yesterday you followed the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. First of all, before even going to yesterday's game, how do you feel, Cameroonian, knowing that Cameroon once again will be sitting at home? Why the Women's African Cup of Nations will be ongoing next year?
It's really very heartbreaking, Brian. I was one of those who really had hopes that we could score that one goal that could give us or frame our way into the AFCON that we are still to see in Morocco. And this time around, after seeing the last AFCON with Morocco, Mozambique, Nigeria, all of those people actually triumphing and even wishing that your national team could be among, it's really heartbreaking to still think that, or to still know that we will still once again see it, watch it from our TV set.
Last season, Evans, we did not go for the African Cup of Nations. A lot of sports experts said, try to look at the good side of it, saying that was an opportunity for us to build. You know, our national team currently is at the phase of transitioning.
Yes.
They are Budi Ongenes, they are old. They into Joya Dara and co. So how do we move from this generation, from that generation, that generation, the Estelle Johnson and all those who are leaving? How do we move from there to our current time? So a lot of people argue that during that period last year, when we didn't go for the World Cup, we didn't go for the Olympic Games, we didn't go for the Women's African Cup of Nations, they believe that was an opportunity for us to build, to build. But then we used that time for holidays. There was literally no campings, no friendly games, nothing.
That's actually one of the things that many people have actually been crying, that aside from the poor performance of the coach, first of all, we first of all, as a good footballing nation, we should forget about the past events. It's true, in the yesteryears, Cameroon was one of the best when it came to women's football in Africa, but now we are almost nothing. Can you imagine that Zambia is more than Cameroon now? Can you imagine that other countries, South Africa, they are even more vibrant than Cameroon?
Malawi
because we don't have that. We have not used that time judiciously to be able to prepare, to be able to bring that formation that we can be able to play games even against other nations. And how do you prepare? How do you build a good footballing nation? By playing games, by playing matches. And we did not see that with our Lionesses. At one point in time, even when we had that one goal against Morocco last time during one of the friendly games, it was, to me, it was even a shock. I was even surprised. But even still, we saw that there were a lot of things that still had to be done, and that was where the coach had to come in, because he had to put pressure on the federation, or put pressure on the football governing bodies and all the other staff to be able to have matches. Because once you are,
but then would you blame him? Would you blame? Maybe we'll just be talking from here, but you never can tell if the coach maybe requested that the federation should maybe authorize a friendly game, should organize a friendly game for him. Now, I want to use an example. Now, normally, we know that women's football is received timidly in Africa.
Yeah.
It is not seen like in Europe. Now, take for instance, this is the current women's international break, which started, I think, a couple of days behind, shortly after the men's international break ended. And the women's international break is going to end. The only teams who are active in Africa playing football now are teams who are playing the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Other teams who are not playing the qualifiers, they're in the quarter. Nobody has time for anything. No friendly games, nothing. So, do you think that it is necessarily coach? Because we can be talking, it could equally be the federation that probably and so on.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that aside from the coach, because I'm not putting the whole blames on the coach.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that the federation, maybe like the government, you know what was happening in Cameroon. We had presidential elections, we had this, we had that.
No,
and
but
maybe
no, we are talking before this. That was last year when we were doing holidays.
I'm coming to that. So we know what have been happening in the country. Maybe because of some ups and downs, maybe they will say we can't form games because we don't have the necessary fundings, we don't have this, we don't have that. But in normal terms, even if it was against some locally made clubs, we could have had at least 1 or 2 games. That's how it's supposed to be. Even against locally made clubs. For instance, let us take the case of Morocco.
Yeah.
Morocco at one point in time, when they were not when they were still struggling to build before becoming the Morocco of nowadays, they were playing friendly games with all teams. When I say all teams, be it a club, be it a nation, they were playing friendly games. Why? Because they wanted to know the level. And they know now their level, and they know that they can challenge other big nations in Africa. But now, where are we? We are at a level whereby we are struggling to live from the period of, I always call it the period of Guy and Nganambo, to the period of maybe, for instance, the Naomi Eto'o. But now it is not moving. Why? Because there is that gap. There is that gap in between the two, and that gap has not yet been felt. Since, if you notice very well, since Guy and Nganambo actually took her retirement as a professional footballer, we have had issues, be it at the attacking compartment, be it at the defensive. To worsen everything, Esther Johnson also went on retirement, and that worsened things, because at the defense compartment, we don't know who is who. We don't even know some of the players that are actually the main defenders. Same thing, because we at least had players that could actually block that particular part. We had our Mani. We had our Ngonomani, we had Esther Johnson, that we knew that those were the main defenders. But now that they are gone, who will replace them? Those that are there, they are not actually showing shape. So all of this just makes you understand that we have been preparing poorly for these games.
But
and
now,
it's normal,
to you,
and it's normal that we should
why
have
is
such
why is it difficult for us? Now, you've highlighted here that the most difficulty is that transitioning, living from that generation to this new generation.
Yes.
Now, if you look at our junior selections under 17, one could argue that they are kind of like doing well. I mean, they were able to get qualification for World Cup when they were under Coach Joseph Dokobrian. I mean, he did awesome work with them. The under 20 Lionesses too, they are not doing bad with Hassan Bala. I mean, they made Africa proud, not only Africa but Cameroon.
Yes.
Proud during the last edition of the World Cup in Colombia, their first qualification, and immediately they became the best African team to start the competition and go as far as the knockout stage of the competition. We had all those rich profile players. Why is the transitioning difficult? Because now we understand that if you look at under 20 national team, there are players there that are coming from under 17, and likewise the Indomitable Lionesses. We have Naomi Eto'o is coming from under 20, Lamine Mana as well is coming from the under 20. Katibia, even though she was in the last, in the most recent, and so on. Why is it proving difficult?
I think one of the things that makes it to be difficult is, first of all, maybe the system. Yeah. You know, each coach has his own system of play. Hassan Bala has his own system. Brian Doko has his own system. That's why you argue with me that when the under 17, they actually went for the competition. Yeah. Their first game, they were not really picking up. It's maybe as from the second game that you saw at least that they actually started mastering the new formation brought by the interim coach of the under 17. I'm talking about it's Mike Dumu Mike Josephine. So you see that is it. The system of play that A might use is not the same system of play that B will use, and that's why Jean-Baptiste Bissek will call some of these players, the way they already know how to play with the inferior divisions is not the way they want to they will actually play.
I want to get something right now.
Yeah.
In a build up to this competition, we will not see that Cameroon did not prepare. At least Cameroon prepared, right?
We prepared, but the preparation was insufficient. Insufficient in the sense whereby you can't tell me that, okay, yeah, you prepare. To me, I even think that mostly the local players are prepared. To me,
thank you very much. That's why I wanted to go to.
Because those that came from away, I'm not refusing that. Yes, it's true that they might not have that time, that laxity, but at least you should call the camp earlier. You cannot be having an important game and you come 2 days before the game.
But you understand that maybe this is not our fault. I mean, when did the FIFA break for women start? That is the time when players have. It's the same thing for men.
Yeah.
I mean, when the break is barely, at most 48 hours.
Yes.
So a player will play maybe the Premier League on Sunday, and international break starts on Tuesday. There's no magic to be done here.
There is no magic to be done, but you can maybe like have a downfall in your first game, but not in both games. When you have a downfall in both games, then there is a problem, and that is what we're trying to highlight here. It's true that yes, you'll be entering for the camp. Maybe you can be entering for the camp late, and you are not in good shape for the first game. But we expect to see a better face of you in the second game, and that's where the coach comes in to be able to prepare the players fit for the next game.
Forgive me for cutting you. But I want to take you back. Earlier on you highlighted that we prepared for this competition with home-based players.
Yes.
Players from Amazon FAR, players from and so on and so forth and so on, around Star City plus academies and so on. Those are the players who prepared for this competition.
Yes.
They did at least 2 camps.
Exactly.
They played friendly games. Right? But now only 5 out of all those players were introduced in the finalists.
Yes, and that's where I was equally reaching there.
So is that the problem?
That's equally one of the problems, because you cannot prepare with players for long and then finally at the end, even in the main formation, the starting entry, you could count the number of local players that could be seen in the
let me stress on this again. In addition to the fact that I don't know whether it's in minus or it's in addition, the fact that we had just 5 of the players who spent their time camping, training for this competition.
For more than
now, if you
2
look
months.
at each of the match sheets, I'm not sure there are more than 2 local players who were put in a match sheet today.
Exactly.
Meaning that they were just there for fancy. We have Ngole Chelsea from Lofmin Proof, one of the players who was finally shortlisted. We equally have there is this girl I watched once in the women's Interpool. She was picked up from the other day. Fortunately for her, the head coach was there, watched the game, and then caught her up. Monique, struggling to find her name. She's from, I think it's Dibamba. Dibamba, yes, it. Soga Makana Gloria Monica. That's the second. I think that's the second player we have from.
But you
Cameroon.
notice
we
that
probably have Team Shalom. But the majority of these guys finally
they did not finally play. To me, I would say
before even not playing, they were not in the match sheet. Even if she don't bench, they were
not there. No. And that's one of the problems, because you cannot use more than 2 months. You prepare people, then finally you, even the ones you have selected in between the 26, I think there were 32 players, local players, they were in preparation in camp. Then at the end there were 5 of them that were selected, and at the end only 2 could actually make it, even just like see them on the match sheet. So just to make it to understand that that's where the problem is. It's like he was prioritizing some players. We all know that we are moving towards a form of transition, and if you call local players too to be able to be like to give strength to your team, you need to put the local players at the center, and that's where the problem came. Because to me, I believe that if like he brought maybe like some of
so in your opinion,
in my opinion, if those 5 local players could maybe like start the games, the others will pick up from there.
Or do you think that the list should have been mainly comprised of the players he was working with locally?
No, I'm not saying it should not.
You are okay with the 5?
I'm okay with the 5. Why? Because we believe that these 5 players actually show that they could play. Because playing in national team is not like playing in a club or playing in any other division. A national team, first of all, is the team's colors. So you are representing a country.
You
So
realize that
it's
that
difficult.
countries like Zambia, the only stars we have in Zambia is Barbara Banda and Rachel Kundenanji.
That's why we
in
say that
Malawi,
it's different.
in Malawi, wait, those are
Zambia's-
people who have qualified for the Women's African
It is
Competition,
different.
local players. Now look at Malawi.
You know why
Malawi
it's
has
different?
qualified the very first time. Malawi has qualified. No, Malawi has
understand
qualified
you,
the
but-
very first time with how many players? Only with Temwa Chawinga and her sister.
But you need to
One of them was
understand
even
too that
into
it's
the.
different.
Sorry,
It is different in the case whereby Zambia, Malawi, all of them, no matter be it, I mean, all of these teams that you just mentioned, they are used to playing together, be it at home or
but
away.
these girls
But
were playing
now-
together. They
but
have
now-
been playing together in the
but
Guinness
now-
Super League.
They have
playing-
been preparing together in the Guinness Super League, but we have an issue here. The issue is that we are in a transition.
Yeah.
In a transition, you will not remove the old players, the old brooms, because they have the experience. Okay, you not tell me that you not bring in Abuja Ngwene, you not bring in Shoot Ajara, you not bring in Gok Monique, you not bring in Lamin Mana and all those people.
Evans,
They are the old brooms of
how are the
national
other people doing it? How are the other
They are
Zambia?
doing it- they are doing it
Zambia
because-
will bring in 2 of
You know
their
what?
regulars.
You know why they do it like that? Because they count mostly on their local division. Us, it is different. We don't count, and presently now we don't have any competition. I mean, when it comes to women's football going on,
Do you want to compare the women's league in Malawi with the one in Cameroon?
that's what I have to compare, because Malawi now they are ongoing with their women's league. True or false?
Malawi cannot produce a team in the.
No, true or false? Are they go? Is there a championship in Malawi ongoing now? Yes or no?
I don't know.
It is ongoing in Malawi presently now. Same thing with Zambia, but in Cameroon, every competition has been halted. So to be able to
No, it has not
revamp-
started. Not
it,
that it has not.
I mean, it has not yet started. But to be able to revamp now the team, what should you do? What you have to do is that the players that you brought in, like the 5 players, for instance, you bring in and make them their core. That's your core of your formation.
Yeah.
We should see mostly them. So now those ones that came in late, they'll be able to rest, they'll be able to train harder and harder. And why not in the next game now, when you bring now the big stars, as we like to call them, the stars of the team, to now come and play, they will know this our younger ones challenged us. We should equally do better than them. We should show them that we are from overseas, we are from Europe, we are from Spain, we are from wheresoever.
Okay, let's
And
do
not-
let's do some more flashback. Let's do some more flashback. Now you recall when the under-17 Lionesses were going to Morocco
Yeah.
for the World Cup that is currently ongoing.
That is still ongoing.
Yes, that is currently ongoing. I think we have one more African team that is left, Zambia.
Yes.
2 were chalked off yesterday, the host country, and I think Ghana, Nigeria, they were chalked off yesterday, and we're level with Zambia. Africa went there with 5 participants, but anyways, that's not what we are talking about. Now, before this under-17 Lionesses went for that competition, they played a friendly game with the senior Lionesses.
Yes.
Like these girls that were camping, these.
And what was the score? It was a draw.
And now, where I'm driving to is the person who captained the Lionesses in that game said that, man, these girls played us. These girls played us.
Exactly. And you know why? I know why it was like that, because they were used to playing together. That's where I want to bring you, because the thing is not to have a compilation of players, big stars, be it local players. The thing is how frequent you girls play together. That's why you see Nigeria, they are very performant. That's why you see Zambia, they are very performant, because they already know their system. They play together, and they have this type of system whereby even when they go for camping, the stars, the big guns, the stars from away, though, they might not even start play the first game. It is as from the second game that you see them playing. Why? Because they know that they want to sit and then observe and be able to blend themselves in the other ones that were already there a long time ago.
Now,
that's the issue that we have here.
I want to get this clear. So, in essence, what you are saying is you are d'accord, first of all, with the fact that we had different groups of 25 players who camped for a competition, and out of those different groups of 25, because I think for each camping session, if they invite you for a camp, you come and you don't perform, you not come for the next one. So which means that you had different groups of 25 players who came for a camp. Out of these different groups, 5 of them were the chosen ones.
It's normal, because that is a selection.
No, let me learn.
Yes.
let me land with your question. 5 of them were the chosen ones. These 5 people now were taken for the competition proper. So what they are struggling to say is that all these 5 players should have been introduced in maybe our starting 11. Should have been introduced in the playing team.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, because they are the ones that know what I mean. They are the ones that actually train hard. To me, I believe that with enough. I mean, they were don't you
think that the head coach now I have 2 things, 2 ways, two things I'm going to present to you in the form of questions. The very first, don't you think that the coach was busily preparing the wrong thing, doing the wrong preparation? No, now, because now you notice that we have very limited time to prepare.
Yes.
To prepare our foreign players.
Yes.
You have very limited time. So he turned now to prepare the local players who are off season. Their own season has not yet started. Started working on them. Now, have you once thought that maybe he would have used that time to look out there? I mean, Cameroon is a big nation. You go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Spain, you go to... Don't you think that time he spends to... Because now I'm struggling to understand. I'm really trying to understand the essence of the camps, the numerous camps that we have in here.
The essence of the numerous camps is to see the best.
The best that you took I could not use.
And that's with the issue that we have.
That's why I want to ask you that the guy spends his time.
Because to me,
before we even, I don't know whether I already mentioned that he has already been fired before we even start continuing.
Yeah, I think
eventually we are going to come to that. Whether it was the right decision to fire him.
But the thing is that it's not that he actually formed the wrong team, but rather...
No, I'm not talking about from the wrong team. Like, did he spend his time the wrong team? Maybe he should have been concentrating to... Okay. Now we are in a transition, remember?
Okay,
we are in a transition.
What if he took... what if he took those from... Only focused on those from away, and then finally we still have the same result? Have you thought of that?
It would have been the same thing, because now he even see when I took people from here and did not use them.
That's what we're trying to make you to understand, that the problem with that I for one personally I have with Coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek is that he's actually brought in. I mean, he did marvelous job when it came to preparation. I mean, like the camps. That's really good, because that's one of the preparation in football. He created a good number of camps, but now when it came now to make use of these players, he's like. He forgot that he had to use them. It's like, maybe like you have a gun, they send you to war, they give you a gun, then finally you don't make use of the gun. Whereas you need to shoot actually, because you need to defend yourself. And that's what he did. He had everything that he needed. Everything. He made use of everything when it came to preparation. But when it was now the appropriate moment to be able to make use of these players so that we can see what they were, if they merit the national team, we did not see anyone. We instead saw players. I mean, the way players. I don't know if you watched that game, because if you saw the way our Lionesses played, you would tell me that this is not the same Lionesses that we know. They were playing as if they were, tired, heavy, as if they have never played together, never before. It's like it's more than worse. It's even worse than the.
Let's take this very short break, Evans. So we'll come back to that.
You know, Cameroonian, we have all the sizes. If we put seriousness, like from here to there, I look the difference between our sportmen, individual skills. Look at how small we are, but we are able to challenge people who are twice bigger than we are. Not to insult anyone, they do it for the love, because there's no money. So much more as they love the game, but it comes a time, a guy say, but I've given 3 years here. What have I gotten up?
Only the federation cannot support all that by themselves. And this will attract big money businesses. I don't know. And when you talk about where basketball is a profession, you only talk about US and France or South Africa. Even just close there in Rwanda, In Rwanda, guys are actually living off basketball.
We had a plan already before coming here against all the teams we were supposed to play here, against South Africa, against Madagascar. It's unfortunate that couldn't get the win at the end, but that's what rugby is about. So now we have a plan also set for Kenya. We are just going to continue in what we already started. We need to have a medal. Finish on the podium here will be something very good for us. So that's what we are going to look for. We just need to keep continuing participating in this kind of tournament. I believe that if we continue playing this kind of tournament, up to 5 years, we'll be able to do something good.
Pour aller jouer ballon, on va s'enjailler dans le fair play. Africa, oh yeah, allez dedans. D'abord guider le petit bayambabe, Motindalini,
They should keep on with that same solid speed. They should not be like Manchester United. Sorry for taking us out of Africa. They now win 1 and lost 4. They should keep on with that spirit. And congratulations to Samuel Jovito.
Does Young Sport Academy still have hope? Because currently they are the last team.
Young Sport Academy, I don't see them happy. I'm not sure if they will remain in the league without going down for second division. But I think things can still turn around for them. And I pray that things turn around for them.
Remember in 2022, things were a little tough. That's why I had to switch from France to Portugal. At one point I had to get to the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Mr. Mwede Kambi. After discussing with him, he was like, okay, you can be a good chance of medal for Cameroon. So the states gave me like some funds that were very beneficial for my preparation. He signed the document, but after some time, the payment wasn't really done. It was taking so much time and I had to call him. I remember he called one of his directors, I think in charge of finance, that I had to talk with him for them to be able to do everything possible for me to receive.
Olembe Jakuma Bandina. All our fields, competition and as far as fields of training are kept in very good state. Garwa, I want to say that the coordinator of Garwa is doing a very great job. It's not just Garwa, but we say a big thank you to all our coordinators.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are still tuned to Reality.4FM. If you're just joining us, the program is Sports. Evans, before we took this very short break, you were saying that players were running as if they were not running.
Yes.
And so then now my question is, we are in a transition.
Yes, transition.
This is your word, we say we're in a transition.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm asking myself that, why did they not look for other players? I mean, there are Cameroonians playing everywhere, playing.
Yes.
Why?
The thing is not to look for Cameroonians playing everywhere.
Now the thing now, how is
to
Nigeria? How is Nigeria dominating in this? Nigeria does not in women's football, like even in men's football.
Mm-hmm.
Their plan, they don't have little or no regards for their local league. The only countries who have regards for their local league as concerns their national teams, we have the likes of South Africa, Morocco, and so on. And these are teams that, or these are nations who have a very solid foundation in their local leagues. If you want to rank football in Africa,
yes,
club football, you will never ever put Nigeria inside. Nigeria does not have anything to be doing inside. It's South Africa, Morocco, the Maghrebian countries, Algeria, Egypt, and co. And now we are the tail end, be it in men's club football or it's in women's football. So somebody said we have little or no, we should have no business talking about bringing local players to the national team because it would not work. We want to try to compare ourselves to the likes of South Africa, who are doing and is working, whereas the leagues don't meet up. Our local league, you are saying now we should bring these local players and put in the national team. Our local league is unable to book a qualification ticket from Central Africa to go for the CAF Champions League, CAF Women's Champions League.
But you need to understand that in the yesteryears, how are we functioning? We should not actually change our methods because of
it's not about how we function, it's about how the opponents
we have been functioning in that manner.
It was working
and it gave us marvelous results.
Other nations now have started investing, have started doing new things. Now, if you remain the way you were yesterday and your opponents are progressing, it will not help you.
The thing is that if we want to move like the Nigeria, for instance, we might never have. I mean, maybe like we might lose a lot of players because everybody will know that to be able to play in the national team, you need to be in
have you seen those two Oyibos? Have you seen those two Oyibos that have joined Nigeria? Nigeria is constantly looking for guys out there
because they know that their strength is out. Our strength, we have our strength here at home.
Whose strength? The same strength that cannot qualify even for Women's CAF Champions League.
The thing is that they are not giving the how can I put the laxity, the space to be able to perform.
They are not giving them the space. So how do you arrive at the conclusion that is our strength?
That's our strength because in those days, even under how they call this guy Enon Gashuda is now with this thing, you will notice that even the team that he built in those days, they shoot Ajaran and all of those, they were here. He took them from here. He did not take them from abroad. He took them from Cameroon.
A similar way our opponents, the people we were facing that time, we call it doing, but now guys have evolved.
They have evolved, but it doesn't mean that we should change our habits. We should keep on trying with the guys from here, and I believe that if they bring in someone who actually understands women's football, understand local women's football, he will be able to change. To bring that transition that we're yelling for day in day out.
Now you have gone somewhere. If you bring someone who masters local female football,
yes.
May I remind you that we brought such person to lead under 17 Lionesses in Morocco and came back empty-handed.
No, that was because of some circumstances, and you and I will know the circumstances. It's not that we came back empty-handed. They actually
did we come out with something?
No, they performed.
What did we come back with?
Saw at least that performance.
Did you have even 1 point?
Had it been, let us put things.
No, that was somebody that is coach of the coach of a team, one of the teams in the Guinness Women's Super League.
That's what I'm saying.
Was a mastery of local football.
There is an issue. It came in a point whereby we know the tension that erupted, because you cannot tell me that we have something like that and you expect to have perfect performance. You want to be able to have good performance in such cases, in such situations. So it's normal that we should have such. But I believe
and I think I'm struggling to understand where you're driving to. So you are struggling to get at the conclusion that Bisek definitely is not the right profile to have led the national team because he does not have the mastery of women.
He does not have the.
You made a prescription. You made a precision. You know, let's talk about women's football, women's local football.
Yes.
Which means that you are precising that we should base off our national team on local football, sir.
We from the start, that's how we have been functioning, and I believe that's where we should continue in the same line. And then now the substitute, those that we are bringing from out there, they should come because they love the nation. Because the way we are bringing people, the players that come now is as if they are coming because they just want to have a national team to be able to play there. Because you won't tell me that you bring a player, for instance, from abroad. The way the player plays here is not. I don't want to say it's the same way that they should play out there, but at least we should see that heavily. That force, that driving force that we used to see in the yesteryears, we don't see it again. But instead, it's people from here that we see them with that zeal to win. Even when we lose, we know at least that we have fought, we have battled, but we don't see that. That's the issue.
Let's flash back. Yesterday, 1-0 at home.
Yesterday was it was a very dark day for Cameroonians. So I'm still a little bit perplexed. Because we just needed just a goal. A 1-0 win in that game, and we will frame our way into the outcome. But unfortunately, we considered that goal, and then it ended like that. So I don't know what I can say in such situations.
The coach made a statement that during a press conference, the man said that he's not the one inside the field playing.
We are not saying that it's the coach that is playing, but at least you won't tell me that you have been training for more than 2 months with players, and at the end you don't even to bring in one player from that particular formation to be able to defend the nation. Then find out what were you preparing for? What were you preparing for more than 2 months?
But then you said that he was prepared with a different set of people, and then when I was using a different set of people. So what did you expect?
It was not supposed to be so. That's the issue, because we know that these players have been preparing for 2 months to be able to have the standards of those other girls that have been playing championships for
girls who came and don't even
months.
have the standard of the people who prepared to meet their standard.
Because they did not play. That's the issue. They did not play. To me, I believe that if these 5 players started the game in Algeria, we would have even have maybe a 0-0, a draw game there. To me, that's what I see. I seriously believe that. I believe that if these 5 players that Bisek took from our local division and he had been preparing with them actually started the game, we would have had a 0-0 draw game there in Algeria, and maybe now we'll be looking out ways now to be able to ameliorate the team, ameliorate the formation, bring in new tactics to be able to score goals. Because we had serious
let me come back. Let me come
and in the attacking compartment.
Jobs, let me come back to you. I'm coming back to you. So we, like I announced, he's finally here. David Akumanyi has finally joined with the studio. Hello, David. It's nice to have you.
Good afternoon, my dear friend. My name is Akumani David, please. Not David Akumani.
Okay. Akumani comes in front before David.
Yes.
So, Akumani David. Let me introduce you back. So he has joined us in the studio. Akumani David. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brian Biwa. Good afternoon to my brother Jobs. Good afternoon to our technicians. Good afternoon to all the fans of Man United. Good afternoon to the fans.
When Mbemo will go for the African Cup of Nations.
Good afternoon to the fans of the team.
Hello, avec Momo Help, emprunte jusqu'à 100 000 francs pour effectuer tes transactions et rembourse plus tard. Souscris au étoile 126 étoile 61 dièse.
David, continue. That's your introduction.
Good afternoon to all the fans of the team that has lost 4 games in the spin. Good afternoon to all the fans of the team that has lost four games in the spin. 4 games in the spin.
No,
4 games in the spin in England. Good afternoon to the team that has
won Frank.
4 games in the spin.
Liverpool won
4 games in the spin in the Premier League. They have lost 4 games in the spin. Let's see the team. And they have lost 5 games in 6. So good afternoon, happy to be here. I'm sorry that I'm coming late because of some other professional duties that took my time, but happy to be here again. Happy to see you that you are fine, because last week you were you were under medical conditions.
Just now like this, you have shot 2 stones. 2 stones.
So happy to be here. I hope that the time that we are left with, we are going to enjoy ourselves here with the program.
Okay.
Happy.
But I want to ask you one question. Manchester United, where they end last term, I've forgotten on the table. Premier League, where they
we are last
season. Yes, last.
We're 14.
14.
Yeah.
So now at least if I number 5, I be number 6.
This is we are fit. We are fit.
That's everyone. I know people are making noise everywhere.
Ahead of Liverpool. Let's be. It's good to meet up with you.
I even play Champions League.
The head of Liverpool.
I don't know whether people are playing Champions League.
How many games have people won in the Champions League? Where are you people right now?
I've lost just 1 game.
How many games have you played? How many games have you played?
3 games. 1, 2, lost 1. It's not bad.
All right. Let's see how this thing unfolds. I hope you not sack Alan Slot.
No,
I hope
we
so.
don't do those type of Manchester United things. Come any small thing, sack. We don't do those kind of things.
Alright, the glory days are back. Happy to be here.
I'm happy for you, but I don't know whether it will continue, because very soon I'm about to leave and going for AFCON. When we leave and going for AFCON, I don't know if it will become. But then that's just another side. I think since you have brought this, he brought this as a stone. We are going to shoot the stone together at the end of the program. Now, we are talking about our women's football. David, in 2026, when people will be playing the Women's African Cup of Nations, people like Malawi, I'm not trying to belittle Malawi. Small people like Malawi, they'll be playing the Women's African Cup of Nations, will still be in the house, just like we were last year during our vacation.
It's the second time this is happening. It's really disappointing for Cameroon football, because if you look at the history of Cameroon football, particularly women football, we have been at the finals 4 times. If my memories are not failing,
4 or 5 times.
5 times. So for Cameroon not to go to the African Cup of Nations, whereas we have 24 teams qualifying, Cameroon is not among.
I like Cameroonians. Do you know why? At first, when we're going only for those finals, guys will be like, we cannot win. Oh, it's only good. Go and come out. Now we are not going. Now people are thanking God. People are saying now at least we used to go and reach. We used to go and reach the.
No, Brian, I just want to say that it's really bad for our image as far as Cameroon football is concerned, because I cannot imagine the first 24 teams in Africa, Cameroon is now among. You can imagine that happening to the senior men's national team not going for the African Cup of Nations. I think that we have to go back to the drawing board.
For men maybe we'll go.
For men we are qualified. I think for men.
It's for the World Cup that we are seeing.
For the World Cup that we are still dancing with the Bafia dance for back. I think it's bad for us. It's true that the communique came out this afternoon. I don't know. It's very authentic from the federation.
Yeah, started doing Manchester United things
and relieving his from his function. Jean-Baptiste Bissek. It's true. It was expected, because
so that was a problem.
It was expected. So when the results are not going, it shows that the speech is no longer going through in the team.
Moving on.
So because you see there are point in new coach, things will start moving like we usually do. They usually do in other teams. So it's bad for Cameroon football. But let's just watch the matches on the TV. Hopefully, maybe, and with that, we have also failed to qualify for the 2027 World Cup. So you see, it's a double. And
somebody said that even the current team will not even still go for the next Olympics.
Let's not hope for the worst. Let's not hope for the worst. Let's keep on believing as Cameroon.
What exactly now was the cause of this our failure to qualify now? Because we prepared to every now and then we're seeing 25 players have been summoned to come to prepare for the qualifiers of the African Cup of Nations. 25 players, friendly games.
25 players.
I think that the players lack the level, because if you look at the game at Algeria, Algeria were far superior than us. We barely created chances in that game. And coming at home, I was expecting a win for Cameroon, but watching the entire first half, I was like, what are these girls doing? Is it that we have suddenly forgotten football? The likes of Chudundrea Ajara, I'm sure that she's coming of age, but we would not see any coherence in the game. It's like there was a discord between the defense, attack, right up to the midfield. I think that it was a total mess. Losing at home, Cameroon. When last do we hear that Cameroon losing at home?
The last time I think it was 2000. I saw some stats 2014, 15, something like that.
So 2016 when we lost the finals against Nigeria. That day I shed tears on the stadium, because
Manchester United people are going through a lot. Manchester United people are crying.
Because Cameroon did so well in that tournament.
Yes,
they did so well. They had 9-on-9. They went through the semi-finals to that just at the last minute, and they dominated the game. They dominated their finals throughout. Yes. I was just expecting the final. Oparanozie that gave us the soccer punch. I think that these are some of the things that make us Cameroonians feel so bad, because in as much as I want to support the team, when we look at the way they play, it's like we remain and watch the Nation Cup.
Evans made an argument here before you came. The argument was that we spent our time preparing with local players, but at the end of the day, they picked just 5 of those guys to go and mix with people who are only free to join the camp maybe 2 days maximum, 2 days to match day. And then the 5 people that they took them that you should go and play, they were not even, you will not see up to 3 of them on the match sheet for all those 2 games that they played. Talk less of seeing them play.
It's a problem, because you cannot. It's like you are rearing tomatoes in the farm, and that person comes and suddenly does harvest them. Or you rear the tomatoes for you to use them for your pot of soup. You take and go and throw away. It's like you are wasting your time. You are turning around. The Frenchman says, "On cool down the sack." It's like you are turning around the same cycle. So I think that if they had used some of these players, it's true that they are local players, but with the time that they have spent together, with the cohesion that has been created among themselves, I think that they would have done better than the foreign players who had just a few days. It's true that it's always good to have a melange between local players and foreign-based players. That's what usually works for Cameroon, but unfortunately for us, it was not a good show for us.
Now, Evans, they have kissed the coach goodbye. I mean, the coach was even saying in the press conference yesterday. Before that, before I even come to you, now I want to look at what Jean-Baptiste Bissek said in the press conference. I think we would even look for it and we'll play it even though it's going to be in French. So let's take a let's take a break, a very short break. Time to get the feed from the press conference so that we can all listen to what Jean-Baptiste said during the press conference.
À peine j'ai été nommé, je crois 3 semaines après, il fallait que je joue la qualification. Ça ne s'est pas passé. Et après, j'ai fait 18 mois, je crois 1 an, 3 mois, sans avoir un simple stage. Donc là, je ne peux pas prendre ça comme excuse, mais c'est les faits. Donc après, j'ai pu continuer à travailler. Et là, tout de suite, quand j'ai pu faire un stage de, je crois, de 2 semaines, après, il y a eu le Maroc qui s'est présenté. Donc je pense que on commençait à voir qu'on était en train de mettre quelque chose en place. Donc moi, je continue toujours à dire que je suis un entraîneur qui ne peut pas désespérer. Et moi, je suis quelqu'un qui aime construire. Je le dis toujours. Peut-être que ça vous choque, peut-être que vous n'aimez pas ce mot, mais personne ne peut élever un immeuble si la fondation n'est pas bien faite. C'est ça.
I believe we've heard. I mean, the guy said that if you don't like him, you don't like, but you sack him. Because you sack him.
Just like how Ruben Amorim said,
yes, that he's not changing his tactics.
That
he's not going to change
if you want to change the team, you should change
Maybe
the man.
You should change the man.
But he said it in a very coded and sugar-coated way. But now Jean-Baptiste said, "Oha, if you don't want me, you sack me." But Ruben Amorim is not.
The guy said that if he's not the one playing, meaning that according to him, it's not just the tactical aspect. The players themselves were not forthcoming.
I think that sometimes coaches are usually faced between the devil and the deep blue sea.
No, I used to hear from Manchester United. Maybe you explain to us better.
They need to face. They're usually in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Now, when the team is performing well, you always see praises going to the players. But now when the team are performing badly, because you never hear that they have sacked the entire squad. They always say that I'll sack the coach. Yeah. But now when the days are good, they always see the players because they are playing so well. They forget that it happens in the dressing room, it happens on the training pitch, it happens in the team the match talk, the team before they go for a match, the team talk. Yeah. It always happens. Now Jean-Baptiste Bisek saying that he's not the one player. I think that he has a huge responsibility as far as the team is concerned because he's the one who makes up the tactics, he's the one who brings up the formation, he's the one who tells the players. He's also selected the players. So he has a very very big role to play as far as the performance of the team is concerned. But he coming forward to say, well, I'm not the one playing, it shows that he's removing his heart like posters.
That's what's got to people a lot. Somebody sent me a voice that's a lot of arrogance.
Of course, it's arrogance. Maybe because of the face of the difficult. Also give him the benefit of that. But what he said, there was a better way of saying it. There was a better way of saying that no, rather than saying no.
But I don't know. I watched this team when we're playing the qualifiers for the Olympic Games. When they play against Nigeria, I think the performance was better.
Better.
Was kind of like good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, during that period when he recently introduced the likes of Naomi Eto'o, Lamin Mana, the likes of Ngama Rizize, Ben Ratabe, he mixed them up with the likes of Abudi Ongene, Njoy Ajara, and all. I mean, it was forthcoming. Now, Evans, the man, he said that if people are not, you sack me. I've sacked him.
That's what he wanted.
Was that the right call?
He's the one, to me.
Was that the problem? So should we assume that we have solved the problem already?
I won't really say that was the right call, or maybe like that was the right thing, but to me, I think Cameroonians, we actually persevered.
At the beginning of the problem.
We persevered because you won't tell me that you know how Cameroon is when it has to do with their national teams. They are like very protective. And when the national team is not performing, it's like the whole country that is not performing. Yeah. It's like the whole country is sick. And if it's that we lost an Olympic game, and a World Cup qualifiers under one coach, and that is still going to happen again for the second time, I believe the only solution for now is to sack the main person, and that's the coach, because he is the one who has the strings. He's the one who is putting who to play where. He's the one who knows who he calls and who not to call. And I believe if you have taken, you already said it, we cannot sack the whole formation, the whole team.
It's not me who said it though, it's David.
Okay, we cannot dismiss the whole team. We cannot dismiss the whole team. We sack the person who is leading the team.
Yeah.
Once you sack the person who is leading the team, you bring in someone new. Now the person that is new will be now bring in new faces.
Okay. Let's use a good word. Don't say sack. Sack is a bit harsh. Let's say relief from his functions.
Okay. He was relieved from his functions. Yes, but I believe that this is something that is more insight, because we have this situation, we have this issue. There's the issue of preparation that has come in several times. The issue of having players that actually play because they love the country and not because they just need the national team to perform.
Evans, you see this man that people are saying he's not doing the job. This is somebody that will know in Cameroon football.
Men football, precise, Brian. Male football.
Now
should that be an excuse, David?
Now the issue, even in England,
this was a competitive coach.
Mourinho, they sack when it's no longer going. Of course, we have to let go. It's like you are. I don't want to say.
Evans is making he's saying something. Evans said that this somebody a coach for male football.
Of course.
Should we bring this as an excuse?
The reason why they sack a coach, not because the coach is a bad coach. That's the first thing I have to know. Maybe because the message is sending through is no longer going through.
Exactly.
Because we have seen cases where they sack a coach here, the coach goes there and does something
like
good.
Victoria United, who sacked this grand Dimitri Pantev. The guy now is with Simba that qualified for the
now we see even Andrew Nana in Manchester United. Yeah. He was not really at this, but now see him at
you people drove him. People say that was the cause of your problem.
No, we said that. They said this is also how
you have come to this studio today.
If you listen to the interview of Ruben Amorim, he said that the environment was not good for him.
No, wait. Forget that thing. That is something that I say in front of camera. Wait, you people said that it was not good. His fans, people say it's not good. That he should leave your club.
No, I think that the environment.
You people drove McTominay. You drove. Well, if I start putting this list go long. They drove Rashford.
The environment was not good, but now I think that the environment has been sanitized. We have a good spirit now. We have momentum.
Okay.
I think that, as I said, sacking a coach does not mean the coach is bad. Maybe the message that is passing through is no longer going through. Because even if you are, I don't want to say that, we'll say it off mic. If you are, it's no longer going, you let go. I think that was the best decision to do. That was the best decision to do. To let him.
Even
go.
this guy.
But me, I see want to do. I want to still dig in this issue. Someone who had imposed himself in male football. We know him there in male football. Before even coming to that office, he was champion with Kotong Sport. 2023 Elite One Championship.
Brian, that's what I'm saying.
He won Cameroon Cup with Edington.
We're not saying that. We're not.
No, wait. Let me ask you this question now. Has to follow. So was it first of all a good choice? The people employed him, like, don't you feel like there should be criteria as they used to employ a coach? I mean, what background does he have in managing women's football? You know, all those kind of things. It should have been considered.
it's true that he would have been considered, but we are not saying that Jean Baptiste Bissek is a bad coach.
No, he's not a bad coach. He's a good coach.
We're not saying that he's. That's the point I'm trying to make. He's not a bad coach.
Yes,
on the basis he's not a bad coach. But now, looking at the team, managing the team, the message that he is sending through, the tactical.
The message is not taking us to the outcome.
The message that he's sending through is no longer being understood or is no longer being followed by the girls. So I think that it's good to let him go and look for somebody else.
No, Davis only dribbling me on this question. He's only dribbling me. I've asked 3 times. Should we take this as an excuse
to sack a coach?
No, not to sack the coach. This guy is transiting from male football to women's football.
Yes,
that's what people are holding now as an argument. If it was men's football like that,
he will be super. Yes, we know that he actually was champion with Cotonsport of Garoua. Yes, he was transiting. Yes,
and then
gave him the time.
And then he said, he said in the press conference that another man, the coach of Algeria, was his classmate.
There are two different contexts. I think that there are two different contexts. We cannot compare Algerian football.
I just remember
and Cameroon football.
There's one famous movie, Aki and Popo. Evans, continue.
Yes, as I was saying that he is transiting from football, of course, but I mean from male football to women's football.
What's different in women's football, first of all? What's the?
Okay, that's the same statement that he made. I remember very well. I remember very well. This is what he said, that for a champion like I, that is leaving from male football to women's football is going to be easy. We see how easy it is now. That's one of his statements that he made. I remember very well that statement because he saw himself as that person that he's going to actually.
You will not blame him.
Remove the.
You will not blame him. Where you are sitting like if they carry you and say this man is going to.
Brian, to manage.
You guys think that managing football is something very easy. When you are already used to managing male football, it's difficult once now they remove you from there and they don't give you the prelims, they don't give you everything, then you go to women's football.
Evans, before getting to that, but now to manage women. To manage a woman
in normal life
to even call them for a training session, you have to it's like you cajole them, you drag it as a friend. It's difficult to men. We are men. Even at 5 o'clock.
They have mentioned.
If
after that, you hear that she's pregnant. She has her husband and say she's not becoming for training session. You think it's difficult?
Brian, even at 5 a.m. as a man, they woke you up that let's go for a training session. You go. Be a woman, you need to come out that be stop noise. Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? Can we go? Right? Can we train? Because it's different. Because in a man you say can't go and train. Can we train today? She can say no, I have menstrual cramps. I think that it's very difficult to manage women football. It's not as easy as we see it.
Okay. I don't know whether I should say the milk has been spilled already.
It's spilled.
But it has happened.
Yes.
It has happened. Yeah, the guy has been sacked. Yes. The way out now is look for a replacement. And I think maybe we'll have time. Do we have time? Because
no, we don't have time.
We don't have time.
We don't have time. That's the issue that
we're not going for any competition.
He thought that after not going, because we did not go for any competition, we had all the time. Now we have we came out from all those other competitions ended, and now we entered into qualifiers of other competitions. But unfortunately, we are still on the same spot. So I believe that the shuffling and everything should begin now. Now that we don't have any competition, it is even good again to be able to program matches, program games with those.
No, I'm even talking in light of getting a new coach. You need a replacement.
Yeah, of course. We have good coaches, female coaches in
okay, one have a female coach.
I'm not saying female, someone who masters female football.
Or why not even
wait, David, which profile is suitable? Like, I'm not saying you should call somebody's name, but now which kind of person you feel like can qualify also
the first will have to bring somebody who knows, who has been in female football, who has been in like Enon Gacho, somebody who has been in female football, that type of person for long. He knows how to manage those girls. Because if you listen to Enon Gacho, he used to tell us that to manage ladies is difficult. I think that the first thing we have to do is that look for somebody who has been in the domain, who has mastered female football sometime. Why not go for one of these Leke football girls?
It's one of them now took away for under 17 World Cup. She was going as an interim. She was not. She just continued. She was assistant coach to the person that was chopped off. But now, then now she was given an opportunity. The contest is not the same because it's not the same. You cannot compare. You cannot compare that because she was coming like a sapeur pompier. That's how they call that kind of person. Just trying to come and see if we can move to the next round. To salvage the situation. Exactly, because we were in a situation whereby majority of the players were traumatized. Some of them miss out their coach, and we know the laws of FIFA. The laws of FIFA states that once a coach is seen maybe like or accused of such, he should be sidelined. If not, we will have faced the consequences. I don't want to go back to that one. I was saying that the first thing we have to do, let's go to the local coaches like Leke Football Club, Improv. I think that we can look for somebody who is who masters female football, because I said to manage women is very, very difficult. So I think that this is some of the profile that we can, if you cannot have it locally, we can go internationally. Why not? If we can go internationally when it comes to the male national team, we can also do that when it comes to the female. But now let's first of all go for some of the local basis so that we can easily manage and then see how to progress from where we are. I have the same opinion about. Yes, I'm of the same opinion. White man. No. I'm one of those that believe that we have everything we need here in Cameroon. I mean, when it comes to coaching, we have good coaches. When it comes to players, we have good players. But now we need someone who can be able to blend both players, be it at the local level or at the international level, because that's one of the situations we have. If it's that we have only local players and then at the end they are not actually like they don't have that experience from abroad. When we meet like teams like, for instance, France or maybe Morocco, that the majority of our players are from there, from out. I'm still remembering that game against Portugal. Exactly, because you know. So we need someone that can be able to blend these generations. Because if we're only focusing but only on local, we have issues when we have to play now at the international level. Maybe like, say a World Cup, for instance. I want us to close this topic very quickly, right? We are in a transition. Yes. We need to look for her to leave from Abuji Ongene to Naomi Oto, Abina to leave from Ajara to Abara Lamin Mana to Wu. Yes.
The time is 4 p.m.
Orange Money, we love it. From now on, benefits from 0% transfer charges and just 1% withdrawal charges everywhere on Max 8. Orange Money.
Yeah, like I was saying, would have a team. If somebody's comment is not my own. Somebody would have a team. Would have a team. We have never had a team. I wish I was saying that. You know, see that team that beat Portugal. That I'm saying, no, we have never had a team. Never. You know what we have? We have players. We don't have a team. We have players. Wait. You're even confusing me. We don't have a team in Cameroon. Cameroonians have never had a team. We have had players. No, wait first. You are confusing me.
There's a difference between players and teams.
Okay.
The team is different.
When you have a team, you are capable of like bringing in strategies, playing cool football, calm football. So we don't have a team now. We don't have that kind of. We don't have. Besides, somebody who said it's not players because we have people that, like, for instance, they galvanize the rest and they play good football. Thank you very much. Time is against us. Time is against us. Even we don't have a team. Allow me let me ask this question. We don't have a team. The next time that we'll be dreaming to go for is 2000. Next edition will be in 2028. After 2026. Not like this. No, mine is Olympic Games. It be in which Olympics? Okay. How should this thing? How should they do this thing? Should they just flush like format? Not the format for. Should they just format? Start grooming you guys. No. You go to under 20, under 17. What should they do? I for one, I will not go for that. But that is, to me, is left for the coach to decide. The new coach that comes in. Is it that's one question too? Is it just an issue of the coach? Yes, because it's the coach that decides everything. It's the coach that decides everything. He knows with whom he wants to work with. You will not tell me that, for instance, you have a new president and you want to work with. The reason why I'm asking you if it is the coach's decision alone is because if you go to Tanzania, that is Tanzania, to South Africa, where calm down, let me land.
The federation, before coming to you or before signing to you, they tell you that this is our project. We want to promote our local football, which means that 70 to 80% of the composition of our national team should be locals. So you say our league. Because say, okay, yes, I can do that. No, that's why I'm asking you.
Cameroon's problem now is not to sell the league, but to have, to change the face of football, to have players that actually can play for, because they love the country and qualify for competitions. That is the issue of Cameroon now like this. We don't want to sell.
We'll qualify with this competition.
What we need is that once we qualify now for the competition, we now look forward to winning them. Because that's another. It's a step-by-step process. That's why I said it is left for the coach to be able to decide which form he wants to use. If he say he wants to play with 4-4-2, good and fine. If he say he wants to use the Amorim style, 3-5.
Before even coming to style, I'm trying to talk about the team composition.
It's not Amorim style.
It's
been used by several coaches.
No, I don't want to talk about
style.
No,
I'm just trying to it's not as if I'm just saying the Amorim style because we know that that's his formation.
Now we are talking about team composition. Who are those who should be in that team?
Now that's why I said it is left for the coach. It's the coach who decides with whom he wants to work with. He can decide that okay, I love A because A understand my game, but I will not want to play with C because C is still.
When was the last time you heard of the likes of Gamanga at club level?
That's what we.
When was the last time you heard about?
That's why I said that all those players are Jean-Baptiste Bissek's selection. To him, these players. He brought in these players to be able to bring in that transition.
So that bringing people here because of their names.
Now, no, it's not because of the name. Okay. The thing is that the transition, because he was brought in to be able to bring in that transition. The transition has failed. So now the next coach will be wanting to equally bring in now a new system. Maybe to him it's not a transition that he will be focusing on. He can decide even call maybe the Mani, our defender that went on retirement, that come out from their retirement and come back and start playing. It is decision.
No, wait, Evans. No,
there are players
I don't even want to
that are capable of bringing players out from their.
My question is that
yes.
Which one are you proposing? Which one
to
you
me,
propose?
I am proposing.
Which one is the best?
To me, we should.
And why 25 marks?
Okay, so to me, I would prefer that we continue in the stadium. Where Jean-Baptiste Bissek ended, because to me,
the
players that he proposed are not bad players, but rather is the style of play that was not good to me. Because you won't have players whereby you have been grooming for more than 2 months.
So this team like this, okay.
You will not put them in the.
So wait, so our problem is not even transition again. That team, in fact, the transition has already happened.
We have good players for the transition.
No wait, the transition has already happened.
Yes.
So now that man just need to come and continue.
Exactly, and if he's continuing, he should bring out good formation that now we pushing out the players to be able to play. That means they'll run for their money, as they always say.
Okay, David, what's your own thing now? What are you proposing? This I don't know whether to you the transition has already happened to, or is still to happen.
I think that the new coach has to come in with a blend between the old and the new, because the likes of Abuja Ongene, the likes of Abuja Ongene, Jara, they are really out of their way of the national team. But yes, they are still needed. Their services are still needed in the team. I think that when the new coach comes, he needs to use these old guns and also bring in some new players. Why not give a chance to the local players? Because we used to see our local players doing so well, training them throughout, and at least make them to be part of the team that was going to do.
I asked Evans this question before he came here. We spend our whole time preparing local people, home-based. I don't like to call them local players, home-based players. Mm-hmm. We spend our whole time preparing home-based players, and at the end of the day, we took just 5 of them. That they were not even coming to sit even on the bench.
And the end is not play.
They were just there in the stands. Our fans club there in Algeria. So I was asking him that why don't we decide? It's either we are playing with local players or we are playing with foreigners. Nigeria has little or no business with their home-based players. Both in the men's national, have you ever seen even in the men's national team, you hear that there's a player of Rivers United that is there. There's even women's football, they don't have time. I was asking him that. Shouldn't we concentrate to look for new foreigners or match the competition?
I think that we should focus on our Cameroonian context, because in the Nigerian context,
the problem
you don't know how they got there.
No way.
Because
when you say we should remain in our Cameroon context, you realize that we'll not be playing for Cameroon. We'll be playing other countries. We'll be playing Nigeria.
Of course, we can make our Cameroonian style to challenge those people.
The Cameroonian side is using our home-based players.
The Cameroonian side can.
These are home-based players cannot even work. Cannot even qualify from the Central African Zone Unifac for women's CAF Champions League.
Cameroonian style has always been home-based players. Nigerian style, it has always been away players. That is how it has always been.
So I'm saying that we can bring our own style, like doing a melange. Why can't we do a melange between the local players and the foreigners? Because these local players, sometimes they play with their heart for love for country. You will not see. It's difficult to see a player who is coming in from let's say Moscow, who is coming from this club that Ajara plays.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Probably she will be thinking that if I have an injury, my career is at stake, and my position is at stake at my club. So I think that we can bring these local players that have love for country, that play with the games Cameroon played against, I think, Cabo Verde.
Yes.
The reason why Kosovo did not do a tackle there, because he was afraid that we're on a synthetic tape. I cannot go and do a tackle. He just recently signed a contract with his team. Maybe it would have been a bad business for him. I think that let's do our Cameroonian side, do a melange between the local players. Because at the first we have to put in front of us love for country. Because
if you are a messer,
sometimes
if you are a messer, if
you have that hem, like Cameroonian hem love, this players who can sacrifice for the national team, players who can play for the green and yellow. I think it's going to
the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. I think we have less than 25 minutes to be here.
So you want to talk about Premier League?
I believe that no. I don't want to talk about Premier League because some people will start. Let's go to club football. Colombe Sportive. So, for the third time in a row, we are not going us for CAF Champions League group stage. The last people that we celebrated there was Cotonou Sport. Colombe Sportive went this time. People are proud of their performance.
I think that let's point out something really important in this particular game. I did not like the way the Algerians played. They did not play with a fair play. Like they were hostile to the Colombe team. They were very hostile. Look at the way they. I don't know what's the reason why these people from the Maghreb teams that they are. I think that they are superior. They are superior than others are from sub-Saharan Africa. Look at the game. There was fight throughout the game at Algeria.
The fight was after the game now.
A little foul, a player was sleep on the ground for about 5 minutes.
It's technique now.
So I
we
think
see
that
it every day.
You see that they kill the tempo of the game. Because
it's technique.
Because if
those guys already they knew that they had their away goal advantage.
I was expecting that they should come and face Colombe Sportive of Jai Level eyeball to eyeball. If they have faced Colombe Sportive eyeball to eyeball, Colombe Sportive of Jai Level are beating them. Hands
those
down.
people use technique
because the technique. I don't know how that's not fair play. That's not football. That's how football is played. Because I watched that game throughout, and in a small foul, the player stayed on the ground for 5 minutes. A small foul, 10 minutes. So you see that there was even an exchange in the course of the game. So you see all of that killed the tempo of that game. That's why the game ended in a very still 0-0 tie. Anyways, unfortunately for Colombe Sportive, will not go for the Champions League for the third time. Only Cotonou Sport have done that in the last 4 years. But they did their best. They did not lose because they only lost with the away goal rule. Because normally it was a tie because they drew 1-1 here in Cameroon and they played 0-0 tie in Algeria. So I think that Cotonou Sport is a lesson for them. They have had the experience. I think that maybe if they go next time, they are going to do better than they did now.
Okay, Evans.
Yes, that's one of the games that I actually love because we saw a Colombe, be it home or be it away, that actually played their game. I mean, I enjoyed the way Colombe play. It's true that unfortunately we had our opponents. Our opponents were very violent. They were somehow not really fair play because you won't tell me that you'll be those receiving and at the end you push the referee even to refuse a penalty, reject a penalty, whereas he only accepted and validated a penalty. So I mean, because
during the first leg.
I mean, in the first leg, yeah.
No, but that was not a penalty.
No, but the referee, if you were in the field, you saw the gesture of the referee.
I was there.
He pointed towards the penalty.
I was there.
He said penalty.
You were there. You were there as well.
Yes.
The very first thing to note, Evans.
He pointed towards the penalty spot, right?
David,
yes or no?
It's good to be honest. He pointed, yes.
He pointed towards the penalty spot.
Of course, it's good to be honest.
Okay,
yeah.
then now what made him to change his mind? It was because the supporters, the staff, I mean, not the supporters, the staff of Mulija Club of Algiers actually entered the field to be able to force his decision. That is what we saw.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Now, forced his decision
Evans, okay.
In that game.
Thank you very much. Let me say my own thing. I was there.
Yes.
The referee did not even see that action. He did not see what happened.
But he said penalty.
It is the assistant referee who waved the flag.
But he said penalty.
When the assistant referee waved the flag up, the referee indicated penalty.
Who is the main
without
referee?
knowing why the assistant referee put that flag.
No.
So it is
football,
the assistant referee.
In football, we know that the main referee, once he has already given a penalty, he does not go back on his rule unless and only if there is a VAR.
That was not his call.
There is no VAR in Cameroon.
That was not his call.
There is no VAR in Cameroon.
Brian, I think that he's making a very serious point. He's making a very serious. Let's not wave it away because you are the central referee. Once you give a decision, even if there's VAR, you see the central referee who goes and watch it because he's the one who has the final decision. Let me come before we.
The person who indicated the fire is the assistant referee.
Of course.
The referee did not even see what happened.
But he validated it.
No. Whose penalty?
But how did he point?
The assistant referee just waved the flag. The referee, not knowing what exactly the assistant referee was doing, indicated penalty. The assistant referee said no. The foul happened outside.
So how will you call the contestation and all those things?
But wait, let me ask you. Let me ask you. You who was on the field, was that thing a penalty? Did that thing happen inside the 18-meter area?
I'm not the one who blew.
Wait, did that thing happen inside the?
It was not inside, but
the
referee already
referee has to stick to the decision.
That's how it is.
No.
If not, we'll be forced to think that, for instance, Nigerians influence.
It has passed.
But
my question to you was that.
My
question to you is that you are proud of Cologne Sportive, sister.
All the same, I'm proud of them because at least we saw a different face. I mean, ever since, aside from Coton Sport that they had to actually move to the second leg, I believe you too, even though you wouldn't really want to show, you at least saw good football good Cameroon football, the one we have always wished for. I believe. I mean, let us forget about the Victoria United, but we saw a Cologne Sportive that actually had. I mean, they had everything they needed. I mean, they had that game, the style, and even the changes were good to be able to move to the next round. I mean, the final round of the CAF Champions League. We just hope that if it's that they are the ones who win again the Elite One Championship or other clubs that are going to maybe participate in the prelims of the Champions League for Cameroon will be able to learn from Cologne.
Unfortunately, I plan to have a player of Cologne Sportive on set here today, but they entered the country today because we're supposed to have Lawrence. It wasn't possible, but then I think I have some feeds from Lawrence concerning Cologne Sportive's run in the competition. And my question to you is, I don't understand why we will be proud that a team did not reach the group stage and they are proud of.
It has been long that we have had actually teams that play good football and everyone saw.
Is it about football? Playing good football?
Exactly.
People want to qualify. But anyways, let me come back to you. Let's listen to Lawrence Kede's own take as concerns Cologne Sportive exploit. First leg, Giraffe FC. Second leg, MC Algiers.
Well, I think Cologne Sportive lost its qualification back here in Yaoundé owing to what we saw in the away, in the home and away games. We realized that Cologne had the opportunity of getting qualified in Yaoundé, but they missed it as they considered that equalizing goal towards the end of the game. And I believe when we saw the Algerians jubilating it, today we understand why they were jubilating. So I think there is much of inexperience because we are disappointed because there is much of inexperience of handling these international games. There is much of naivety succumbing to the provocation from the Algerians in what we have seen. Colombe was superior to the Algerians, but Colombe wasn't able to play its game. Colombe the players found themselves fighting against the opponents. They were being teased at every moment, and they forgot to play football, and were instead in the fights, in the intrigues, responding to the insults from the Algerians and things like that. And they lose focus from what was essential, that's play football. Colombe in 90 minutes had just one shot on goal. It tells you how difficult it was for Colombe to score a goal, and we know this Algerian team hasn't lost a single game since Mokoena came in, so they were contented with a draw, and they knew that what they had to do was to keep strong behind and waste time. And time was wasted, and after 90 minutes it was 0-0 and Colombe was eliminated. So I think much naivety. We saw that the referee was one-sided, was supporting the Algerians and was cutting up all actions from Colombe at every moment, and Nigerian would fall. It's going to be a free kick for the Algerians, and all the stoppages of the game at every moment couldn't permit Colombe of Jan Lobo to unveil its game, to play football. At the slightest contact, the Algerians would fall, and the referee is going to blow his whistle. So sometimes we would say, I would even suspect the referee of cheating because the referee was unfair all through the game, even though it was a sub-Saharan referee, Ghanaian trio. They worked in favor of Mouloudia Club of Alger, and that's rather unfortunate because Mouloudia, even though they didn't play anything, they are qualifying for the group stages, and they are going to earn large sums of money. That's why we say the African Champions League is you need much experience. You need to know how to handle the games. But unfortunately, we had much enthusiasm, and we thought that by playing just 90 minutes on the pitch of play, we'll be able to win the game. I think I will not say that I'm proud of them. Getting to the verge of the Champions League and not getting to the Champions League, for me, is no result. Going into the second round of the qualifiers, we don't need getting into the first round or second round of qualifier. What we need is a club that qualifies at the level of the group stages. If you do less than that, then you haven't performed. So for me, globally, I had great hopes of Colombe of Jan Lobo, especially from what we saw in their away leg. But as I said earlier, lack of experience, lack of game management, lack of tournament management gave them an early exit from this competition. It's rather unfortunate that Cameroon will have to wait another year again and go down in the annals as one of those countries unable to get to the group stages of the African Champions League. And on the CAF 5-year ranking system, Cameroon is classified 20th, last 20.
So I believe we've all listened. David, are you proud of the performance? We would not argue the fact that Cologne Sportive, yes, they played something better. I think last year we had Victoria United, who lost to Samatex from Ghana.
First leg.
Yeah, only in the first round.
I think that it's a mixture of disappointment and proudness, because we were never expecting Colombe, because given the fact that they never played, they were not in any competition, because the
league was not on.
It was not on.
Whereas the Algerians
were already
around match day 7.
They are even 7th in the league.
So you see that they already had matches in their system, or their, as a friend said, it's a match dans les jambes. So it was difficult for Colombe, but at least we are proud they went through the first round. They almost went through the second round, but unfortunately they lost by the FIFA away goal rule. I think that it's also time for CAF to revisit that, because in Europe,
because it not favor us.
Not that it does not favor us, but that
Like
now
if we're the ones who scored away, will you have been saying this thing?
I'm saying that if it was not the away goal rule, Colum for of Jailobo would have at least been at the level. Maybe they were going to extra time or penalties. I think that Europe has removed that from their
because
their system,
encourage
because not encourage good football, because the Algerians were just there. They know that they have their away goal,
and that's why
they just
if there's something that happened to us, if maybe what.
We're talking about the quality of the football or the football game, because you look at that game. It was a still game. How many shots were there on target? How many chances did they really create? So I think that it was just so poor to watch. But nevertheless, as I said, I'm happy for Colum. I'm happy for disappointed maybe because they don't go through the group stages. But hopefully maybe in the next year we'll see Colum going further than this.
Thank you very much, Akumani David. I don't miss the name this time, sir.
Yeah, you had it correctly. Akumani David, a strong Manchester United fan. Yeah, so always take me home.
Who is Manchester United playing next in the Premier League?
Take me home to the Man United playing against Nottingham Forest away from home. It's not going to be at Old Trafford. It's going to be at Nottingham Stadium. So I think that with the spin of win that we have already, it's going to give us momentum, because when you win games, you have this momentum. We have this momentum because there's something about a losing game. You start losing 1, 2, 3. The tendency that the football you're going to lose. Maybe you win 1, 2, 3, 4. The tendency that we win the next one is very high. So I think that it's going to be a good game for us, and hopefully we are going to win. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm happy to see that you are back on your feet. Happy to see my brother Evans. We did internship together at the Guardian Post. I think that was in the year 2020. Yes, he's my
in your epoch.
In my internship, I think that was my final year. I think I was doing his HND. Happy to see him there. He's working with a very, very big radio station, Rayo FM. Happy for our listeners who listen to us today. Happy to be here. As I said,
Evans William Jobati,
thank you for inviting me once again. Thank you for inviting
because
me.
Because the other time my neck that what about you as well?
I thought that maybe because the last time I thought that maybe you had deleted my number from the phone.
No, that's never the case.
Program again.
No, that's never the case.
Hopefully, maybe in the next edition, I'll still be around.
We are counting on your availability. Thank you very much, David. We'll end on this note. We are running out of time. Sports is the program you've been listening to, and we discussed on board today's program. We talked about the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon who would not be participating in the 2026 edition of the Women's African Cup of Nations. Plus, the head coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek has been shown the door. He has been relieved of his duties by the Cameroon Football Federation. We call it featured Colum Sportif of Jailobo. They are run in the preliminary stages of the CAF Champions League. Of course, we are going to continue next week with Colum Sportif, of course, featuring some members of the technical department and why not some players of Colum Sportif to tell us how that journey was facing off in the preliminary stages of the CAF Champions League. We end on that note. That would be on the technical dashboard. Salomon Esana was equally assisted by Urish Kemwe, who started the journey before eventually Salomon Esana took off. We're out on the cameras. Brian Bidao took care of our live on our YouTube channel. For production assistance, Evans William Jobati. Editorial coaching was done for us by Abel Bilasamari. Coordination, we had it straight from the station's manager Roger Kiek, and for general supervision, as always, the Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel. My name is Boa Brian, the one presenting the program